And it's Sienna.
I got a conversation with this couple that I've known for quite a while. They're getting their daughter a purity ring. You know what a purity ring, right, is?
Yep. I grew up with the Jonas Brothers, and this was heavily in pop culture when they were growing up because they wore them. You wear it, so it's a symbol that you are saving yourself until marriage.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Now, as a father to a beautiful little 8-year-old girl, I was just telling you guys that Gia Bella, my 8-year-old, her facial features are changing. Her face is becoming longer, almost like a big girl. She's not my little girl anymore.
Yeah.
And she's growing up so quick. So when I heard this, I would love to get Gia Bella a purity ring. But along with a purity ring, you got to explain to your 8-year-old what that means.
Yeah, and it's also, I don't know, no one's business. I feel like I said, with the Jonas Brothers wearing them, you knew when they took them off. So that's also a little bit of a scandal as well.
Right.
Especially because it was before marriage.
Yeah.
Before two of them got married.
So you had one?
No.
Oh, you didn't have
No.
Are you kidding me? Look at her. You think Sienna would have a purity ring?
I went to a Catholic private school. I am an angel and a saint.
Exactly.
Those are the worst ones.
I know.
Yours
You're telling
burned
me.
off.
You went to St. Mary's.
All right, guys.
Sorry.
Down the street from Band-Aid Strip Club.
All right. I plead the fifth. I'm not talking anymore.
Yeah, so I was thinking back and forth, should I buy my Gia Bella a purity ring? I think it would be so awesome because I do monthly have my daddy-daughter dates, and she looks forward to them. She gets dressed up. I let her pick out my outfit, my shoes. We have such a blast. I feel like a bond between a dad and their daughter is so special, and I'm thinking maybe my next daddy-daughter date, I bust out a nice purity ring. But the only thing is, then I have to explain what a purity ring is and have to go through that and start the conversation of the birds and the bees. I don't know if this is cheesy, it's corny, does it work? Sienna didn't even want one, so there goes that.
I'm not on board with this. I would just not get her one at all.
I wouldn't either, man. And if you are going to, have the conversation later. You don't need to force the conversation now.
I just tell her that, hey, this is a ring daddy bought you, but not explain what it means.
No, just don't even buy a ring. Just don't even do it.
Oh, don't even do the
Don't
purity
even do
ring.
Yeah, I don't think you should give her one
Really?
at all. Yeah.
Until she asks you the question of the birds and the bees talk, then don't do it.
Ladies, I need your help. Wow, I didn't expect this from you, Sienna. I thought you were like, oh, that'd be so cute.
No, I just feel like the symbol of it, I get it, but it's just too out there. I don't think people need to know that she's saving herself till marriage. And if she happens to not, when she takes it off, it's just, I don't know. No one needs to know her business.
Then it gives everyone a heads up, Susia.
Susia.
Yeah, it's a challenge. Then you tell all the guys, and it's a challenge to them, and then you introduce a whole new side of it.
Yeah, don't do this.
You're
it's her own
tainting
business.
it. You're tainting the whole idea of a purity ring.
No, I mean, first of all, you were definitely a hoe when you were that age.
At 8? No.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd wait till 12 or 13, to be honest.
Really?
Until she comes to you first.
All right, yeah. My friends, their daughter's a little older. She's going to be 10. She's 9. Gia is 8. Will be 9 this year. All right. What are your thoughts on purity rings? Did you have one? Did you give your daughter one? Again, my daughter's 8. Is she too young for one? When you gave your daughter one, did you give her the birds and the bees talks? I want to know all this because I got really excited until talking to you guys right now. Now, I don't know if I want to get one now.
Hold on. Does she know all the words to Sabrina Carpenter Bedchem?
I don't know.
Yeah, that'll tell you a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she does sing Glorilla, so there's that.
Yeah, I think with little kids, you think back when you were little, I think you sang songs, you didn't even know what the hell it meant. Because I remember when Lil Wayne's Lollipop, every damn kid spent, if you really listen to the lyrics of Lollipop, we just talked about
So
this.
maybe that proves that she's too young for a purity ring, because if she doesn't even know what she's saying when she's singing these songs, then she doesn't really need to know what it is.
Yeah, you could tell her Bedchem is just your relationship with your bed when you sleep. You're just like, oh, I love my mattress. It's so nice.
It's enough out of you. All right. Parents, call, or ladies, call in about your purity ring stories. Is 8 years too young to give her? Because you have to give the explanation. The purity ring, what that means. All right, let me know.
That was JD.
And it's Sienna.
My thoughts of buying my gonna be 9-year-old daughter, Gia Bella, a purity ring. Phone lines are lit on their opinions about buying her one at this young age. 833-730-6377. Alicia and Waddell, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so here's my thought. I had never received one, but I don't plan on giving one to my daughter. We're very open, me and my daughter. She's 13, is my oldest.
Uh-huh.
And she's got a split household, so we co-parent. Over there, they would probably give her one. But over at our house, I have an open relationship where she tells me literally everything.
You see the subliminal? She said over there. She didn't say like at her dad's house. She just calls it over there. You know, the Badlands.
It's National Ex-Spouse Day, so I get it.
Exactly.
It is National Ex-Spouse Day. Okay. So
Thank God we were never married.
you were never married. Okay. So not a great relationship, but you do co-parent well.
That's a hard one. I'm going to say no.
You don't.
No. If we don't have to talk to each other, it's a good day.
Ouch. I'm very much in your situation besides the age difference. I'm also divorced. I'm not with my person. We co-parent well. My daughter is going to be 9 this year. So at the end of the day, you saying do not give this purity ring to my daughter.
I don't think it's a good idea. You can have the conversation openly with her. I just think, one, it's a little too early. That's just my preference.
Uh-huh.
But not only that, these little boys these days are created so different than the ones that we grew up with.
I blame TikTok.
Yeah, I think they look at it more as of a challenge than anything.
That's what JD said.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I ask you both, is it a religious thing, the purity ring?
I believe so because, again, the symbolism of it is you're supposed to save yourself until marriage. And at least I can speak for the Catholic Church. That is what you're supposed to do. I'm not sure another religion. I don't know how Christianity works, all that stuff, but that's what it's supposed to be.
Yes.
But don't you think it's too much pressure, too? I feel like, what if she needs to take the purity ring off, but she doesn't want to have to because she has to uphold this image that you gave her, this ring, to save herself till marriage. So I feel like that also gives her the internal battle if she needs to have this perfect clean image.
I see it as a kind of a reminder, like a little ring there, like when she gets older, of just like a little reminder to us, like, hopefully, God willing, we'd still have our great relationship. She's like, I love my dad. My dad would be so disappointed at a young age that I gave myself to a boy. It's almost like a friendly reminder because at the end of the day, these kids are going to do what they want to do. You can easily take off the ring or do things you're not supposed to. It's not like a force shield that she puts it on. Now, you're never like a chastity belt. It's just like a promise to me that, we'll have the conversation or a reminder. Please try to stay as pure as long as you can, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know if it's religious for me. It's just a moment that I want to share with my daughter. I want to be open with you. You be open with me. But please try to be as pure as you can for as long as you can.
Yeah, I have a friendly reminder that I also have anxiety medication in my backpack if you need it today.
I'm about to snort his Zoloft. I do get a little anxiety just thinking about it.
I'm like feeling the tension.
It's so hard, and I don't want to be... It's just different. Do you have boys and girls or just a girl?
I only have girls.
I don't know. It's just so, and I hate saying this, but it's different raising a daughter than a son. I feel like so overprotective from my little daughter. So, I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm going to say it because I've been listening to you forever. You are such a good dad that I feel like, have that open relationship already with your daughter that she doesn't need a symbol to continue that on.
Got you.
That was really nice of you to say that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Yeah, the best version of myself is dad. And I'm going to do anything I can. So when I heard this purity ring conversation with my friends, like, man, that's sweet. I take my daughter on just me and her date every month. What if I got one for her? But I do have a lot of calls and DMs saying maybe it's too young.
Like I said, I think it's not a necessary item. When you have an open relationship with your kids, I feel it can really change the outcome of having a conversation where kids aren't comfortable with their parents just yet at that stage. And a lot of kids nowadays are a lot closer with their parents. And I see you with your kids and the way you talk about your kids. I don't think you have anything really to worry about.
Oh, your mouth to God here. I love her. I'm going to give you the hotline number whenever you want to call and just give your advice. Give me dap at being a great father. I'm going to give you the hotline so you don't have to be on hold or anything. Now, Sienna, if your parents had gave you one, you're 10 years old. Just flash back. If your dad gave you this at 10, what would you say? You're like, I'm not wearing this? Would you say thanks, Dad, and not wear it?
I think I would wear it out of... not guilt, but the fact that I feel like I need to wear it. But then once I get older, I would realize like I shouldn't have to wear this.
She'd be on them streets.
Yeah.
If anything, it would make me want to rebel. I'd be like, oh, you really think I'm going to be out in the streets before I can even be in the streets? Okay, I'll show you.
Really?
You didn't even wear your wedding ring. I don't even know how you would have
Wait, you're wearing it today?
I do. I have it, but I'm just not wearing it.
She's not even wearing the wedding ring.
It's right here. I have sensory issues, all right, guys?
God. Jeez, you hate to see it.
It's right here. I have it.
Okay.
I have it.
Well, love, thank you so much you have great points, and I'm still back at square one, whether I want to do this or not. But you have great points, just as Sienna does.
Thank you. I love when you guys talk about the co-parenting and the kids with you and Amber. I wish I had that.
Yes.
I'm counting down the days till she turns 18. So anytime you guys talk about those fun things, I'm like, I'm in.
That's tough. Well, I'm not pushing anything on you, but I'm a praying man, so I'm going to keep you in my prayers today, okay?
Oh, thank you so much.
All right, love.
Have a great day, guys.
Don't tell me what to do. Okay, bye.
Bye.
What great advice. My goodness. Okay, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk to, now listen, producer Jules' mom is like one of our number one fans of the show. She's listening. She lives back east. She's always listening to the show. Did producer Jules get a purity ring? I don't know. Her mom's like, I need to call in. What's the over under that Jules, our producer, actually had a purity ring?
No, she still has it on. You don't see it? Yeah.
She's still pure.
Yeah, still pure.
Wow. So that's what you're talking about, is a challenge. That's why you keep trying to holler at our producer, JD.
Oh, how the tables have
That
turned.
makes
It's the only thing left on my bucket list, guys.
to take her purity.
Sick freaks.
All right, we're going to talk to our producer Jules' mom.
AD.
And it's Sienna.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Morning Mess. Our producer Jules' mama, Kelly Duffy.
Oh, boy.
Good morning, mama.
Good morning.
It's your second favorite member of the Morning Mess after your daughter. So we were IG Live talking about the situation of buying my almost 9-year-old daughter a purity ring. You have some things to say. What are your thoughts?
Well, that was not even in the forefront of my mind when my daughter was 9. And if it was, I would have bought her one.
You would have bought her
I
one.
would have asked her father to buy her one. I think it's really good coming from the dad.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny you say that. I haven't done my research, full disclosure. I feel like it is a father's thing to have that moment with his daughter. I don't know. Or maybe it's just a parent thing, or I don't know. But Jules, what if your dad got you a ring around Gia's age? Would you have liked that? Or were you like Sienna, like, I don't want that?
To be honest, I had the birds and the bees talk with my mother pretty young.
How young?
Younger than 9. Younger than 9.
Younger than 9. Okay,
wow.
and I don't feel
Yeah.
like there's nothing wrong with that personally.
I was pretty young, but I was curious. So my mom was like that. If any of us asked, she was
Right.
going to tell us. Same with my dad. So we had that whole conversation. But since I was so young, it was disgusting to me.
Right.
I was very turned off by the thought of any of it.
Yes.
So I do think if I was given a purity ring, I would have loved it at that age because I was disgusted by the thought of sex. But I don't know how that would have affected my adulthood just because I don't necessarily label myself as extremely religious person. So I don't know how that would have adapted myself growing into an adult. But I think at the time, as a 9-year-old, I would have been like, yes, I'm untouchable.
If a boy tried to kiss you, like, nope.
Nope.
Purity ring.
Pure.
Okay.
I just feel like at that young, it kind of messes with your head a little bit of like what you need to be and how you should be versus just letting your daughter figure it out. Obviously be there for her and help her figure it out, but just let her do her thing. Whereas you're kind of giving her this thing to be like, hey, this is how you need to be for a certain amount of time.
Well, that's what parenting is.
I get that, but
Because you can't let a 9-year-old just decide to do what they want in life because then they have no direction. So I think as you're saying that, as an opposing the purity ring, it's almost proving my case that as a parent, you got to tell your kids, like, no, you can't have sugar for breakfast. I don't necessarily see it like, this is just me speaking as a dad, thinking about buying the purity ring as you can't do this or you're going to hell. So to me, it's not a religious thing, even if it comes from religion.
I think it's a self-love lesson.
Oh, I like that. Self-love.
Teaching them to respect their bodies and to wait until someone who respects them, then give yourself away, but don't just give it away to anybody.
Right. I like that. So in retrospect, Jules, you wish you got one.
Yeah.
And Mama Duffy, you wish her dad had got her one.
Yes, or even if I thought about it, I wish I did. The thing with Julia was she had 2 older siblings. So when she got older, I lost total control. Total control.
By the time she was 12, man.
Yeah. I mean, by the time I was in high school, my mom was already a parent for 30 years.
The thing is she had an older sister, and I was saying, no, wait, blah, blah, blah. But the older sister was like, leave her alone. Let her go out and have fun. And I lost control.
Man.
Leave her alone. Let her wear the halter top and the Daisy Dukes. She's cute. She's 11.
Yep, that's pretty much exactly what happened.
Oh, God. You both have good points. Sienna, you have great points. I see where you're coming from, though. And I'm just like, all right, so let's take a vote here. Mama Duffy, yay or nay?
Yay, for sure.
Sienna?
nay.
Jules?
Oh, I'm so torn right now. I'm so caught in the middle, but yay, and she can make her own decision if she keeps it on her finger or not. So yay for now.
JD?
Nay.
Nay. So it's 2-2?
Yeah.
So I'm the tying, so I couldn't have even done this because that's going to be my decision
Well,
anyways.
to be honest, I just think if you give her one now, she can have the thought process now. But when she's 16, she can make her own decision. If she decides she
take
wants
it
to
off.
take that ring off and not be pure, fine.
Right. Okay.
I agree, but you're teaching her a lesson about self-love.
Right.
So what you're
Then-
saying is, if she wanted to, she would. Got you. Got you. Yes. Nice.
That's right.
All right.
I'll always circle back to that.
Yes. All right. You know what, Miss Kelly Duffy, I appreciate you being the #1 fan of our show and raising a great woman here as our producer. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this ring on layaway. Put a little something on it. And when I feel like, okay, she's listening to a little too much Glorilla and Sabrina Carpenter, I'll give her the ring. Maybe not this year, but maybe at that ripe age.